guys, welcome to my channel. I'm super excited that you guys are here. Today's video is going to be what it's like being a BIMS major. I know a lot of you guys are going to be in the same major as me and you need a little bit of advice, or what am I basically getting myself into? So I'm here to just tell you how it is, and at least my experience. Everyone has different experiences, but I can only talk about my experience. So let's get into the video. So being a BIMS major is definitely different. BIMS, it's just biomedical sciences. For those that do not know what BIMS stands for, I didn't know that people called it BIMS. I would always be like, biomedical sciences. But biomedical sciences is basically a blend of multiple things, from learning about genetics, anatomy and physiology, immunology, different things like that. If you choose microbiology, biology, chemistry, orgo, sorry, I'm using slang terms, but organic chemistry, basically just to help you. A lot of people this degree path as getting into medical school, dental school, PA school, basically any kind of health professional field if you choose to. So being a BIMS major, what is it like? What's the life like? So I first semester took 15 hours. In the 15 hours that I took, it was gen and chemistry, because they make sure that they put you in a chemistry. That's like #1 priority. And to be honest, gen chem is a class that can make or break you. A lot of people that I know struggled in chemistry and they dropped BIMS, like completely dropped it. Once they took chemistry, they're like, I'm not doing this again. And that's honestly what it is. It's a weed out class to show if you're really dedicated to it or not. A lot of these gen classes are. So you definitely figure it out when you take it. I will say that you're on the same level as biology majors, chemistry majors. I'm trying to think. Some allied health majors, if you're going to allied health a little bit. I'm trying to think else. Some engineers too, because if you're doing chemical engineer, you're going to be taking the same chemistry as biological students that are trying to go on the pre-med or whatever it may be route. So yes, so Gen Chem is a class that can break or make you. So I took Gen Chem. I took business math, which is, you kind of need it. I don't even know, but it wasn't, for me personally, it wasn't too difficult of a class. It was finite math. You need a math. You need to take calc too. So I don't know. It wasn't too difficult of a class for me, but that was just me speaking from my experience. Another class that I took was psychology, intro to psychology. I took psychology in high school and I decided to just retake it again because I wanted to take it on a college level and get a little bit more of it in depth, because my psychology class, I took it AP. It was just for a semester, so I felt like I didn't have a really good foundation, but I decided to take it again and I absolutely loved that class. I learned a lot more and it was way more in depth, and I'm like, wow, I understand how things are. And so it was definitely a very interesting class. So a lot of people take psychology for their social and behavioral science. Let me think. So it's been a long time, y'all, so if it's taking me time to like think about the classes that I've taken, my first semester, it changed. It's just so different from the classes that I took my second semester. So I'm trying to think. That was 3 classes because I had a total of like 7. Okay, so that's 3 right there. So then I took BIMS 101, and BIMS 101 is an intro to BIMS class. It's honestly, you just sit there and you listen to different schools from different professions come in. So you'll get someone from a pharmacy school to come and talk to you about what their pharmacy school is like and what they do, what pharmacist does. You'll get someone from a dental school. We had someone from someone that was in prosthetics, if you're wanting to do that, come and talk to us. PA, doctor, medical school, I mean nurse, public health, it was, you name it, they came and spoke to us. So that's what BIMS 101 basically is. And you don't technically get put into everything on your degree like the first semester, like BIMS 101 bio, all this stuff. No, BIMS does not do it like that. So you'll learn more about it at your NSC. They'll tell you, we only put you in either two science classes or a science and a math class just to start out. So because as you go on, BIMS does get harder. So I was in that, and then I was also in a 1 credit hour One Health class, and that was very interesting. We learned about Zika virus, biodefense, how like everything comes together, like from the ecosystem, and like just people learning that when you cook a hamburger on your grill, it's like you're smoking 2 packs of cigarettes. Like you learn different things like that, and how to basically get a better understanding of how our world is working and what is changing, what is affecting. And we learned about different diseases and how certain diseases are growing in the world, or things that were not a big issue before but are coming up, like measles is coming back. So that's a class that I definitely enjoyed because it was educating me about things happening in the world affairs. And then I also took Chem Lab. Yeah, Chem Lab is kind of rough as a freshman because you really don't know what you're doing at all, and you just gotta learn. But I do suggest going to office hours for any class that you are in, and even if you understand it, still go and ask questions for the things that you're like, oh, I get it, I'm getting the questions right, but I missed this one question. Ask about why you missed that one question. What are you not understanding? So I definitely recommend that. Second semester, I took a creative arts class. I took architecture, I took Gen Chem 2 with lab, I took research, and then I took calc. I took those classes, and Gen Chem was definitely a lot harder. First semester was kind of like a breeze to me, and I also took AP Chem. I took advantage of all the sciences my high school had to offer, so I came out graduating high school with 8 sciences on my transcript, so that definitely helped. But second semester of Gen Chem was rough, but lab definitely got easier, and I definitely decided to go to office hours regularly, like on a weekly basis, and that definitely helped me understand material a lot more, especially in lab, and understand what we were doing and how these experiments work and the math behind it, the concepts behind it. And so that was just something I did, and my schedule allowed me to do that. Then I'm trying to think. Architecture was an interesting class too. I took it for my creative arts. I'm not gonna say it's a walk in the park creative arts, but it was definitely interesting to learn what a buttress was, an arcade, a gallery, all these different things that make up a building, and knowing how these different artists and architects use different structures, different materials to build these amazing pieces of art. And it's just, I liked the class a lot, and I got to watch a lot of documentaries. Research was another class that I absolutely loved. Came in the class, I was like, oh, research, I'll take this as an elective credit, but I absolutely love it so much. It's a lot of fun, and just learning how like you'll use a model and learning how to break it and bring it back, and seeing the effects of it and understanding the effects, and learning the different things like the closed looped system, learning Lagrangians on how those work, fluid balance, different things like that. I know some of this might be over some of y'all's head, but when you get into that class, if you decide, you'll understand it more. So I definitely enjoyed that class. I'm trying to think of, calc was definitely a struggle. If you're struggling in class, definitely go to office hours. That's important. If office hours aren't helping you, definitely take advantage of the free tutoring that Texas A&M or any college has to offer. And if that doesn't help you, try to check other professors' websites that are teaching the same subject to help you. And you might not, they might have mock exams or exams that you can take, or different reviews that make more sense, or completed notes that you can do that help you follow along with the homework and make you understand it. If you don't, try to reach out to a friend that has already taken calc or something like that. I mean, you being a BIMS major, or with any major, honestly, just take advantage of your resources. And if you don't know, if you're not understanding, ask a friend that is in that major, or find someone. You can't say that you didn't try. Like, I was struggling in classes, especially in calc. I called up my cousin that lives in Norway for him to explain things to me because he is an engineer. I asked friends, I used different professors' notes, definitely did all the things you could think of, and that's what you have to do to succeed. Nothing's honestly handed to you in college, and BIMS is hard, but I feel it's doable as long as you work hard at it and you look for ways to help you during your BIMS. To me, is such an amazing path to go on, especially if you want to do something professional. And for me, I want to be a physician assistant. It offers everything I need. Yes, I need to take a little bit more, like an extra psychology, nutrition class. They offer a Spanish certificate if you want to choose that route, research certificate. This is just my freshman year, so I can't give you much, but it is doable. If people say, oh, it's so hard, like, you can't, I mean, if you're working at it and you are putting in the effort and this is something you want to do, then definitely go for it. Like I said, you're basically on the same playing field as biology majors, chem majors, taking basically the same classes, all gen classes, and these classes are supposed to be weed out classes. With a lot of credits, take the credits or be mindful of the classes that you're taking in high school, if that makes sense. Make sure you're taking your core classes like Englishes, your poli-sci's, your governments, take your histories, take stuff like that, because when you come to college, like, to say that you took bio in high school or like you used it as the AP test does not compare the way they teach on a college level at all. And I decided to retake it because I know certain schools do not accept, like professional schools do not accept AP credit. And I honestly gained so much more like information that never really clicked, and I truly understood the material when I came to college because it was just reinforced. Another thing that I will say about BIMS is the first month should just focus on school. You're probably going to be wanting to go out and go to different places and have fun, go to parties, this and that, but I really loved that I took the first month of college really seriously, and I studied a lot, and I went to office hours on a regular basis, like every single week when they had office hours or when my TA had office hours, just because it helps so much. And I saw my grades like the first round DAMs, and so I started off strong, and I think that's very important because I don't want you guys to get discouraged coming into BIMS, because it is a shock. Just coming into college in general is such a shock from high school. So I definitely recommend taking like a month to yourself. But with BIMS, I'm not saying like it's so hard, like you can't have fun, this and that. I've definitely had fun. I've gone to the movies, I've gone two-stepping with my friends, I've gone out, we've done day trips. It is doable to balance your social life, your friend life, your family life, and everything with BIMS. It doesn't necessarily consume you, but you just have to prioritize, and time management is key. I know my clubs and stuff are there, but I also make sure that my clubs don't necessarily interfere with my school, because school is the #1 priority. That's why you're at college, is to get an education, and you're paying for your education. So why just neglect school when you're paying for it? You're paying thousands of dollars for it. So that is just like my little tidbit advice. It's not horrible like some people might put it out to be. It is hard, don't get me wrong, but every major I feel like is hard in some way. Some people doing business is their thing, but business is not my thing. I love sciences, so I will excel at what I do. So major, it's not for everyone, I will say that, but if you're dedicated and you're hardworking, it's definitely an amazing major. I love it. I'm learning so much through the different professors and the classes that I'm taking, and I'm just excited to see what other classes I can take. And yes, So if you guys have any more questions about what BIMS is like, down below. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye!